Hello all, good evening to another session. So in this session, we are going to see how to build this particular basket in NX and how is the construction of the tool here. So the one that you see here, this is the final output. It's a basket with holes on both the sides. So, and the brown one that you see, that is the core, and this is the cavity, and the tooling direction is in Z. Since we have holes on these two sides, you need a slider. So the the blue color ones that you see, these two are the sliders. So how the construction will work like is, so first the part will be in, okay, what I do. Uh, So the if I can quickly share my screen. Here if you see, so this part will be inside this cavity. So the first part that will move out will be the core. So this core that you see on brown, that will open up, and then the sliders will move on to the left and right like this, so that it comes out, and then you will have the ejectors that will eject the part out. So the final part will come out. So this is how the construction of the tool would be like. So now let's see how to build the product and how to build the mold for this particular example. Okay, I'll close this file and I'll open from scratch. Okay, just save this and I close this file. Okay, I'll create a new file. Just say a modeling file and just say okay. Okay, I will create a new sketch in XY plane. Just say okay. And for that, I will take a rectangle, something like this. Dimensioning of the rectangle, let's say it is 150. And then the width is around 100. One of auto dimension. That's why I don't like auto dimensioning. This will need to be as 100. Okay. Just say close. And then I apply a fillet of, let's say, 10 radius. I'll just say 10. And then I pick the edges. Okay, it should be the other way around. Like this, like this. Okay, I've made the sketch, and then I'll just extrude the sketch, and in one direction I'll just say 0 and just say 60. Okay, and then with a shell with a draft of 6 degrees. Okay, it has to be -6. Okay, something like this, and just say okay. So once this is done, I will do a shell of 2 mm. Okay, so this is okay. So till here it's okay. And then I will draw the flange for it. Okay. So what I do, I draw a sketch on this plane, on this face. Just say okay. Turn off auto dimension. I just project this curve, and then I offset this curve by 12 mm, something like this. And then I finish it. I extrude these two by 2 mm. and then I unite it with the main body and draft. Okay, something like this. Six. So the parting line comes somewhere here. Okay, just say okay. So now this thing is done. So once this is done, I will apply a fillet of, let's say, 2 mm on the surface. Just say okay, and similarly on the bottom face as well. Okay. So now what we have to do, I will start filling those uh, slots, whatever we just saw. I'll create a new sketch on this face. Just say okay. Turn off auto dimension. I'll just draw a circle with a diameter of 8. Just turn off, delete this constraint. It's free to move. And now I dimension it from the edge to be as 15 mm, and similarly from the top to be as 10 mm. Then diameter I said 8. Okay, this should be good enough. Just say finish, and then we will do an extrude. So since it is both sides, I prefer to do it in this vector. Okay, so that in one shot I can trim that off and just say none, and just say okay. And now what I do, I will just do pattern geometry. This is the feature. Instead of circular, I'll say linear. Okay, this is the first vector. I'll say 8 and fetch distance to be as 14. Okay, and then use second direction. I flip it and then I say 4 and I can increase it to 14 so that it's proper. Okay, just say okay. Okay, and now I'll directly say subtract from all these. Just say okay. So now you see my box is now ready. If I do analysis, if I do draft analysis, yeah, here it is. And if I pick this face and then pick this as my vector, see, until 5.99, everything should be okay. Maybe even because 6 is the degree that we have given. So it's a bug. So 5.99, everything is okay. So till here, it's the core side, and outside it's the cavity side. And we don't see any yellow portion. So everything is drafted. And this holes that we see here, that should be cleared using no slider. Okay. This is just for information. So now till here, it should be okay. Next, what we'll do, we will just create an extrude that is bigger in size. So I will create a sketch, and then I will project this curve. Turn off auto dimension, just say okay, and then I offset that curve by 12 mm. Okay, and make this okay. Then I finish the sketch, and then I extrude. Okay, something like this. So let's check if this size is okay. So you don't need such a big mold on this side. So what you can do, you can try to reduce this value, something like this. So now you see the entire thing is concealed with this one. Okay, till here is it okay? So I just hit something like this, and then what we do, I will hide this surface, and then I will create an offset surface now. Offset surface of the outer profile of this one, and this one, and this one, something like this. I'll say okay. I've got an offset here, and then I will hide this base component also. Control W, hide all the sketches I don't need, and then I'll say delete edge. I don't want these holes, so I want to delete all these holes. Okay, I just say okay. I just got this surface, so now this is good enough. And then I will create a extension on that profile. So what I do, I go to ribbon edge, I pick the connected curves. Okay, then vector, I'll give it as this one. Okay, and then distance, I'll just say 70. Just say okay. I've created this ribbon surface now. And now what I am going to do, now I am going to split or subtract. I'll keep the main body also ready. Okay, and my extrude also. So what I do, I go to home, I say subtract, and I pick, and then I need to reset, so that I want to keep the tool same. So I keep this body, and I pick this actual part which we created. Just pick this one. Okay, and I just say okay. Okay, so once this is done, I'll tell you what happens when I do that. And then the second turn, I want to split this body with this surface. So what it has done is, I hide this one. I don't need this actual part anymore. I'll hide that also. And then I will sew this one also. Sew this body all together. Just say okay. Okay. And now I turn on this extrude, and then I use split this body using this surface. Just say okay. Okay, so now if I can hide all these, so now you see The core portion is already ready. So this is your core, okay, and this is your cavity. So now what I do, if I can hide this one, let me first try to give a different color to this one. So this is my cavity and this is my core. Okay, so now if I hide only this one, I don't want these unwanted surfaces on this one. So what I do, I will just offset this face, offset surface with this one. I'll just pick single surface, pick this one, or I'll just do an untrim of this one, should be even better. Untrim. Let's trim the sheet. Then I unsew the sheet is ready, and then I will unsew all these unwanted surfaces. Then I'll hide all these. Okay. So to that, I need to include this inner surfaces also. That is also is not required. Just say okay, and then hide this one. These unwanted surfaces. Just say okay, and hide this one completely and replace it with this surface. Okay, and similarly, I will unsew the other side. Yeah, and then I'll untrim this surface also, just like how we did the other side. This shape. Hide this one. I'll hide this entire face. Same along with this one. Then pick this one, show this one, and then I will sew all these together. Okay. So my core side is now ready. I'll show this one. Okay. So this is my cavity. Maybe these two, I can move it to different layer so that it doesn't come back again and again. So what I do, I'll go to home or view, move to layer, pick this one, pick this one. I move to 70. Let's say okay. 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 I say Control L and I hide 70. It's not required. Okay. Now it should be okay. And now if I show this one and I say Control L and I say 70 remove. Okay. So now you see core cavity is now ready. Okay. Now I turn on my actual part. So it has some holes. So for that, what I should need to do, I need to create the slider. So I'll create a new sketch. Okay. Something like this on this face. Just say okay. Turn off auto dimension. Create a rectangle. A normal rectangle. I should not go till the edge there. Okay, something like this. I just say okay. Okay, just say finish. And then I will it with rollback. I will project these curves on the sketch because I need them on the slider. Okay, and just say okay. I finish the sketch. And now I just extrude the outside profile by keeping this as 0. Will be okay. then I'll make this as transparent so that I know where to pick what. Then I extrude. Okay, this creates a problem, so I better pick it one by one. And I don't need 5 mm. Then I flip it. Let's say 10 mm otherwise. And then I unite it with this body and I just say okay. And this, I think I need to extend this by 25. Extend this by 35. Let's say okay. Okay. So now you see one side of the slider is now done. And similarly, I will do a mirror geometry. Mirror feature. I pick this feature. I go to mirror feature. I pick 1, 2, 3, and then middle curve. This one, and just say okay. Okay. So now if you see, my model is now completed. I'll just say save. I will just say on the desktop as core cavity split. Just say okay. I say save. And now if I say Control T, I'll create dump out of it. I'll pick this object. I want to copy the original out of it, and I just say move. So this is my first core that will come out, and then apply, and then the second thing what will happen, the sliders will move out. My second slider, and then similarly this slider will move out. Eventually both will move out at the same time, and then my actual part also will come out. Okay, just say okay. And now if I hide all these, W, hide this part as well. I Control W and hide all the sketches. So now if you see, so this is my actual part. This is my cavity. This is my core. The core will move out, and then these two are the sliders. And then, okay, I missed one thing to split this on the on the cavity side. So let's try to do that. This one, what I will do, I'll just say subtract this one using this body and subtract using this body. So this is how the core cavity split will happen for this part. Okay. Thank you. See you in another video. Bye bye.